We fucking did it, chat. We, yes, you, me, and Joshua Van, we won the belt. Who cares if it was fraudulent? Prayers to Pantoja, but we won the belt. The division can finally become entertaining again. Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. Book it. I mean, that's going to be an amazing fight. I hope that Taira doesn't put him into a pretzel in like 2 rounds, because he did exactly that he beat the shit out of Moreno, but you know, he was doing really good in all aspects. Like I don't know. I almost want to believe, I'm just going to say it, Tatsuro Taira was in control the entire first round. He knew exactly where he was at. He knew he wasn't going to, get caught in a position like that. And Brandon Moreno gassed himself out, but we'll get to that later. Because we're the best predictors on YouTube. Me, yes, me, not you, me. I am the best predictor on YouTube. I'm the only one who predicted Petr Yan would get it done. Everyone predicted that Merab was going to win it. And I almost said that Merab was going to win it. But if you go back and watch my video, I feel the ghost of Lucas Tracy. I feel you, Lucas Tracy. I know that you're with me on this one. Lucas Tracy, please come back. We need you. We miss you. Because your number 9 fighter of all time is just about to move up in the all-time rankings. I'm picking Petr Yan. Petr Yan's going to get it done. He didn't have a right arm in the entire last fight. One arm Petr Yan, he kind of did better than a lot of other Merab's opponents. And Petr Yan, I mean, if you saw the press conference, you know he had Merab slipping. He had Merab on the ropes. I think he's in Merab's head. I think he has done something that no one else has managed to do. And Merab, this is his 4th fight this calendar year. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. I honestly think that he might have had a little too much on his plate with this one. And I think Petr Yan is going to get it done. I think Petr Yan gets it done with a very dominant decision. I think last time Merab 50-45'd him, I think Petr Yan probably 49-46 is Merab this time. I predicted Petr Yan would get the dub. No one else did. Not Guru. I don't think Tony has died, but I don't know. I don't think Tony has. I don't think he did. Not Bedtime. No one predicted that Petr Yan would get it done. And I did. I'm a genius. I'm right. I got it done. That's why you should follow me. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. I mean, I think it takes him around to download data. Obviously, Petr Yan's always got to download data. Merab wins the first round, but Petr Yan has his right hand now. I'll show the clip now. You can see I predicted it. Lucas Tracy, the spirit of Lucas Tracy was summoned tonight. I mean, Lucas Tracy was with Petr Yan. Lucas Tracy was in Petr Yan tonight. And that's the only reason he got the dub. So shout out to Lucas Tracy. I'm sure, he's as happy as he can be in his grave right now. But we'll go ahead and start at the very bottom of the card with Muhammad Naimov versus Marion Santos. I was pissed. I pulled this fight up. Didn't even get to, the moment I pulled it up, the fight was over. I was a little pissed about it. I wish I got to see the win. I predicted Santos to get it done, and he did. I think I predicted him. I'm not 17-1. What's Naimov? Yeah, I think I predicted Santos. I think I did. I definitely predicted Mansour Abdul Malik. That was a great finish. Was it the standing Gilly? Yeah, that was the standing Gilly. Great finish, took care of it, and he's gonna fight someone probably close to the rankings. I don't think you give him a ranked opponent yet, but probably someone close to the rankings. Give him someone like, I don't know, if Ateba wins, that could be an interesting matchup. But moving on, Iwo versus Ebo, fight of the night. It only lasted a minute and a half, fight of the night. Dude, this shit was insane. This was so crazy. Knockdown after knockdown. You thought Ebo had it, and then you thought Iwo had it. And then you got Evo again, and then Evo pulls it out in the end, gets the fucking dub. What an insane performance. Shout out to Evo Baryanowski. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Incredible finish. Evo Aslan, Gyno Aslan, Fraudno Aslan. Honestly, I don't even know what to do with him at this point anymore. But give Evo, I don't know, give him number 15. I can't remember his name. He sucks. He just fought like a week ago, got knocked the fuck out. Not a week ago, but a couple weeks ago. We'll see. We'll see right here. What's his name? Menefield. Yeah, have him fight Menefield. Menefield sucks. So Iwo Baryaneski versus Menefield. That'll be an interesting fight. Moving on, Dana Black MMA took care of business against Edson Barboza. He was whiffing. You know, you got to get better at these finishing sequences, Dana Black MMA. You can't be whiffing all these shots. As Barboza is hurt up against the fence, you got to be landing clean. Even if you got to slow down, you got to land clean. You got to land flush. You got to land against, points of impact. You can't just be throwing shit and fucking hitting the air. But great performance from Dana Black MMA. He gets it done. He might fight someone with a ranking next, to be honest. Moving on, we've got Bruno Ferreira versus Marvin Vettori. A whole bunch of crackheads said that Marvin Vettori was going to get knocked out. I got the decision wrong. I thought Marvin Vettori was going to win, but there's no way that Marvin Vettori got chinned. And we saw that tonight. He got hit with a whole bunch of flush shots, ate it as he always does. So, Bruno, I guess he's ranked now. Even though he lost to Abus, and Abus sucks, I guess that Marvin Vettori was either never that good or has had a very, very steep fall off recently. You hate to see it, but yeah, R.I.P. Marvin Vettori. He's probably getting cut. I don't know why. Fucking John Anik said, you hate to see it, but when a guy like this stumbles 4 fights, you can expect someone like that to be cut from the promotion, but someone of Marvin Vettori's status, you won't likely see him be cut. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Moving on, Fares ZM versus Nazim Sadikov. Bro, investigate fucking what's his name. Investigate Herzog. Investigate Herzog. This is the most bullshit thing I've ever fucking seen. Sadikov is completely recovering. The only reason he stumbled is because Herzog literally fucking pushed him down. He pushed him over. He prevented him from standing up. I've never seen a ref do that. The ref called it after the bell. It says 4:59. That's bullshit. The ref called it after the fucking round. Sadikov was still coherent. He was getting up to his feet, and Herzog pushed him to the ground. This is the most bullshit thing I've ever seen. I mean, Fares ZM was definitely winning, but that was not a finish. That was bullshit. Yeah, I am still in amazement at what happened there. That was insane. One of the worst calls of all time. I mean, of course, it's fucking Herzog. Of course. But yeah, moving on. We've got Macy Barber versus Karine Silva. I was saying this all night, and I'll say it again. I can't tell if Macy Barber is actually hot or if she's just MMA hot. When she gets into those positions where, she's... I mean, you know which ones I'm talking about. You're like, fuck, dude. And then you see her like this, and you're like, fuck, dude. I don't... Macy Barber's face looks really good from certain angles, and from other angles, it looks like someone... I don't know, surgically removed someone else's face and transplanted it onto her. It just doesn't fit anything about... I don't know. It's weird. This was a bathroom break-ass fight. Karine Silva had a bullshit head kick while Macy Barber was still down, and it looked like Macy Barber was about to cry to the ref. But the ref was like, nope, you're going to have to stay in or it's going to be it's going to be a no contest. And she's like, fine, I guess. And then she smudged Karine Silva for the rest of the fight. I mean, it was a bathroom break fight. What else do you want me to say? Moving on. Chris Duncan versus Golden Freddy. Woo! I'm so glad. I mean, I got my I technically got my pick right. Technically, I said that Terrence McKinney is either going to kill Chris Duncan in a round, or Chris Duncan's going to do that to him later in the fight. Well, it turns out Chris Duncan killed Golden Freddy in one round, but it was a super back and forth round. Golden Freddy was, I mean, he was looking good until he wasn't. And you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Shout out to both Golden Freddy and Chris Duncan for putting on a show. Moving on, Grant Dawson. Oh, man. I said it was possible. I didn't think it was going to happen. I said it was possible, but... Or did I? Did I say Manuel Torres starches Grant Dawson? I might have rode the fence on this one, too. I'll have to go back and rewatch the footage. But Manuel Torres starches Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson has a glass chin. That's tough, man. That's fucking tough. To get beat by the, what is his name? El Nino de whatever. You know, if you, like, that's brutal. What is that guy's name? El Nino... No. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But yeah, to get beat by that like twink ass porn star, that's tough, man. That's brutal. Grant Dawson chinned and under a round. He was on the come up too. He was on the come up. Lots of people thought that, you know, Bobby Green fluked the win over him. And it turns out Grant Dawson has a glass chin. That's just brutal. I don't know if he'll ever get another shot at the rankings in a while. That's tough. And he's a damn good fighter, but I think he might just be like a gatekeeper. He might just be, you know, a Neil Magny of the lightweight division. But Neil Magny's not nearly as chinny as Grant Dawson, so I don't know. That's really fucking tough. That's brutal for Grant Dawson. His chin's probably not going to be any better in the future. It's only going to get worse. And, yeah, it's tough. So shout out to Manuel Torres for starching Grant Dawson. Moving on, we've got Bogdan Guskov versus Jan Blachowicz. Honestly, I'm not even mad with this decision. A majority decision, I'm not even mad at it. Like I said this in the middle of the fight. I was like, personally, I wouldn't give Guskov a 10-8 I wouldn't give him a 10-8 for round 2 myself. But I would understand it if someone else did. And that's exactly what 2 of the judges did. They both gave it to Guskov, and they gave 1 and 3 to Blachowicz, which I thought was very appropriate. You know, I don't know. I don't have any problem with this decision. It sucks for Blachowicz to get into another question mark ass fight. I want to say it's 4 in a row where he's had 4 fights in a row where it's like, and it hasn't gone his way. That's tough. That's fucking brutal. But Jan still got it. You know, he's an old man. If this was Jan 5 years ago, he starches Guskov, but this is old man Jan. So, you know, that's tough. That's really tough. I wonder what will happen to the rankings, though, after this. I'm very curious. Moving on, we've got Gaten Talbot versus Henry. Listen, dude. I know that I said I was going to win, dude, but, you know, sometimes you just get caught by Frank Ocean's boyfriend, dude. Dude, I'm sorry, Peyton Talbot. I mean, I was a believer until the Raoni Barcelos fight, and then I wasn't. And you have made me a believer again. I mean, you took down Henry. That's crazy. I don't know if Henry was he's just old and he's not as strong or what, but Talbot looked way stronger. I mean, it was very clear that Henry still had the technical advantage, but Talbot was too big and he was too strong, and it really did. That was the only thing that mattered for this. Very dominant performance from Peyton Talbot. Completely busted up Henry Cejudo. Probably broke his fucking face. That was a really good performance, and the fact that he got the takedown, whenever he got the takedown, it went that was hilarious. That was great. I'm glad that most people noticed too. So yeah, shout out to Gaten Talbot for getting the dub. He's actually going to be ranked now. R.I.P. Raoni Barcelos. That's fucking brutal for him. He beats Talbot. Talbot fights one guy, gets a ranked fight, and now he's ranked in the top 10. That is fucking brutal. But shout out to Henry. Listen, dude, I had a good career, dude. They call me Triple C for a reason, dude. I was triple champ, dude. I got the gold medal, dude, and the victim weight title, dude, and then I got the bantamweight title, dude. So shout out to Henry, King of Cringe, will always be the King of Cringe. I hate that in his final moment, his literal final moment on the mic, he uses it to glaze Hunter and Dana so that he's praying. He used his final moment on the mic to glaze Hunter and Dana, and now he's praying that they give him a desk job. That's exactly the only reason why he did that shit. He's still going to do his gay-ass podcast with Kamaru Usman that nobody fucking watches, and I don't know. I really hope they don't give Henry a desk job. That would really fucking kill my morale. I'll be totally honest. I do not want to hear Henry Cejudo at any UFC event, Just go do your shit-ass podcast with fucking Marty Fake Newsman. Moving on. We've got Tatsuro Taira versus Brandon Moreno. Dude, I'm happy to go! Oh my gosh. Oh man, keep an eye out for a big video coming out on the main channel. But holy shit, what a performance from Taira. Taira had him exactly where he wanted in the first round. Taira was landing the strikes in the first round. He was landing the strikes in the second round. And Brandon Moreno just gassed himself out. Taira is so smart as a fighter. That is what I think I'm impressed most with. He did not put himself into any truly compromising position. The slam was dumb, but it was a calculated risk, and it ultimately did not matter because he did it so late into the round, and he knew that he was going to survive regardless. I am very impressed with Taira. I think Taira versus Van is going to be an incredible title fight. Taira absolutely should get the next title shot. He is fucking legit. He's the real deal. And Brandon Moreno, that sucks, dude. That's really tough. This could have been a perfect opportunity for him to get the belt back, especially since, Pantoja's probably going to be out for at least a year. That injury was fucking brutal. And if Moreno won this, he was getting the next title shot because he hasn't fought Van yet. And Van is a very active fighter. I'm assuming he's going to want to be a very active champion as well. That's just brutal for Moreno. He's probably going to have to get another 2 or 3 wins before he's fighting for the title. Or if Van is just chewing through everybody, then I don't know. Maybe Moreno is back in the title picture sooner than we thought, but that's tough. That's fucking tough for Moreno. Shout out to Tatsuro Taira, though. I'm happy, thank you! Moving on. We've got Pantoja versus Joshua Van. We wanted our GOAT, Joshua Van, to get it done, but not like this. Not like this. That sucks. That really fucking sucks for Pantoja. I don't like Pantoja stylistically. I think Pantoja is extremely fucking boring, but he's a damn good fighter, He is very technically sound in every aspect of fighting. He's a very smart fighter. He's boring, and I don't think that deserved to happen to him. So, I think that he'll get an immediate title shot whenever he comes back, but he'll be a year older, and Joshua Van will be a year better. Pantoja's already over the 35 hump, I'm pretty sure. How old is Pantoja? Let's go see. How old is Pantoja? Does it say? Okay. How old is he? 35. Yeah, he's already over the 35 hump. He will be 36, maybe even 37 by the time he comes back. That's tough. I don't think he's ever getting the belt back. That's really tough. He's going to get a title fight. He was a very dominant champ, long-lasting champ. Almost started lapping the division. This was the up-and-comer. And it sucks that it happened in this way. But, that prayers for Joshua, prayers for Joshua Van as well, but prayers for Pantoja. That just really fucking sucks. That, I don't know. I don't know what else to say besides that. That just blows. And the injury was brutal. I mean, everyone's posting it. Tony has died. I opened up Instagram, and your fucking post where it's his elbow broken and smacked. Oh my God, why did you do that? But yeah, R.I.P. Pantoja. His career is probably over. He's probably going to fight maybe a couple more times, but I don't think he'll ever be a champion again. And it's entirely because of fluke injury. But moving on. Well, before I get done with this, actually, I called it, though. I called Joshua Van TKO. That's exactly what happened. It didn't happen in the way that I said so, but I called it Joshua Van TKO. People didn't believe me. People didn't believe me. They thought I was crazy. They called me a fucking madman. And I got it right. I'm the only one. Moving on. Speaking of them calling me a madman, this is my most insane prediction to date. The spirit of Lucas Tracy filled me, and I got this correct. I predicted Petr Yan would get the dub. No one else did. Not Guru. I don't think Tony has died, but I don't know. I don't think Tony has. I don't think he did. Not Bedtime. No one predicted that Petr Yan would get it done. And I did. I'm a genius. I'm right. I got it done. That's why you should follow me. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. I mean, yeah. But breaking down this fight, Petr Yan looked good in there. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if you gave all 5 rounds to him. He was dominant. Whenever he hit that leg, that body kick that cracked Merab's rib, I don't know why he didn't just keep going straight to the body. Like, you know, I have a lot of respect for Petr Yan's patience. I think that makes him a very excellent fighter, but it hinders his ability to get finishes in moments like that. It really does. Petr Yan could have got the finish so many fucking times, but he wanted to be smart. He wanted to be patient. He wanted to get the secured win. He wanted to make sure that he got the belt, and that's respectable. That's fair. He played a very patient fight, and he won, I thought, all 5 rounds because of it. Like that, Merab looked human this fight. He was getting beat up bad. His nose was broken in the first round. I want to say in the third, he started exclusively breathing with his mouth open. And then going into the 5th round, someone said that his jaw is compromised. Merab got beat the fuck up bad. I know that the total strike numbers actually favor Merab. Those were glancing. He had a couple good combos, you know, a couple good flurries. Most rounds, he didn't crack like Petr Yan did. Petr Yan was hitting fucking hard. And he stumbled Merab bad a bunch of times. It was incredible. It was one of the best performances I've ever seen. It's the most impressive Petr Yan has ever looked. If this version of Petr Yan fights O'Malley, he probably beats O'Malley. But they're going to do the trilogy fight. That makes the most sense. Merab was a dominant champion. He was the longest tenured bantamweight champion in terms of title defenses. And now he's 1-1 in Petr Yan, or with Petr Yan in 5-round fights. So I think you have to do the trilogy. I don't think there's any choice but to do the trilogy next. You know, it is what it is. I think they're both active fighters, so I think it'll happen probably within the first quarter of next year. But yeah, the trilogy between Petr Yan and Merab that's gonna happen. But yeah, I think that Petr Yan, whenever he, I'm trying to think of the sequence that did it, because he hit a really nasty hook to the body, and Merab fucking went, oh! Merab was making audible noises from his mouth whenever Petr Yan was hitting him to the body. That shit was so crazy. His nose was busted up and broken even more than it already is. And the fact that Petr Yan was calling him a gay incel before all of this makes it even better. What a fucking performance from Petr Yan. You know, whenever I was watching a fight live, I was like, dude, this could be fight of the year. I was living in the moment. I was a victim of the moment, all right? I believed the hype, but no, this could have been one of the performances of the year for sure. This is one of the top performances of the year. This is one of the most impressive wins in a title fight that I've seen this year. I mean, completely entertaining fight. So glad that we didn't have the normal fucking boring ass decisionator from Merab. And he was trying to go for it on the feet. I think that he's going to be shooting a lot more come the next fight. But Petr Yan was the one who was landing the takedowns. That's crazy. He was the one who was landing takedowns. And Merab threw over 1 a minute. That's crazy. Only landed 2. Petr Yan landed 5. I mean, incredible scrambles, great action on the feet, but Petr Yan won every exchange on the feet just about. I mean, it was a dominant performance. What else do I need to say? But yeah, I got that right. I got my how did I do? I got 1, 2, 3, 3 and 1. You can't count this. This is a 3, 1 and 1. I need to go back and watch what I said for both of these, to be honest. All right, I'm not even going to count how well I did. But if you watched my previous video, let me know how I did in the comments down below. I don't know. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Do all the other things. Thank you for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one.